Hello everyone, my name is Beenish Mahmood and I'm from the Moms.Ca portal. Now Moms.Ca is a community portal in which women from all across Canada come together to share their ideas and information. Iram Zara is our founder and I write blogs and do interviews. Today I have with me Sameera Ali. Hi Sameera.
Hi, Beenish. How are you? Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you, and it's a pleasure from all of us from Muslim Moms. Now, before I begin the interview with Sameera, I would like to give you a brief introduction about Sameera. So, Sameera is a local councillor of Milton for Ward 4 since 2018. Being a global citizen, she's a perfect representation of the most diverse ward in Milton. Her passion for volunteering in the community has given her insight to fill in the gaps. Her main focus are for issues related to youth, poverty reduction, and seniors. She holds a degree in international relations and lives in Wilmot neighborhood with her husband and four beautiful children. Now, Sameera, please walk us through your journey. What led you to your current role as the city councillor of the town of Milton?
Thank you so much, Beenish. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. You really summed it up really well.
Mm-hmm.
My journey started not too long ago. I must say, I was waiting. I have four children, as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And so, much like many of the moms who are going to watch this video, I was waiting for all of my kids to be in school. I wanted to make sure I raised them with my own hands, don't use babysitters as much as I could. I know there are some exceptions. So,
Mm-hmm.
when my littlest one, my fourth one, started school in 2018, that's when I planned to go into workforce full time. That was my planning,
Okay,
but of course, we plan and God has other plans. And
that's
so,
right.
ever since the day one I moved to Canada, 16, 17 years ago, I felt so welcomed here. All the neighbors, new people I met helped me in any way they could. And so I decided to always give back to the community. And so I started volunteering even when I was having babies, they were little. Anytime I would get on the weekend, I would try to volunteer here and there. I would try to keep up with my online business because, like I said, I wanted to work from home to keep an eye
Mm-hmm.
on the kids as well. Lots of the moms do these days.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's how my journey began. And when I started volunteering, I started making those connections and talking to people, understanding local issues.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key. When you understand local issues, you know how to kind of triage the causes and the concerns to the higher level. And so when the election for 2018 council came up, a lot of people around me started saying, Sameera, you should put your name forward. You would be great because you have an understanding of the issues, and then you also like to kind of work in the community. And so when people start saying things, makes you go, is it
That's
a good
right.
idea or not? So, like they say, the first vote should come from your spouse. So I sat down with my husband and I said, hey, you know what? A lot of my friends are saying this. What is your idea? And he said, you know what? Go for it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's all you need, right? All of us being specially Desi females,
The motivation and
the motivation, the
yeah,
support from your spouse, it just gives you that energy.
that's
And
right.
so once I had that, there was no looking back, just knocked on doors, made sure everybody I spoke to knew who I was, where my passion lied, and what I could achieve for my ward. And so thankfully, I was able to win the election in 2018 October with a 52% majority.
Wonderful. That's so wonderful. Samira, you mentioned you immigrated to Canada 16 to 17 years back. Now, what do you think is the hardest part of the immigration journey for an immigrant?
I must say that the fallacy of this whole Canadian experience is very frustrating for new immigrants and something I face too. I mean, as you know, I have a master's degree in journalism. My husband is highly qualified. He has a master's from US.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, all of us, both of us needed the Canadian experience. And that's what a lot of our immigrant community faces. And so for that too, my suggestion to all of the immigrants is to, start volunteering in your community, because when you volunteer, you might not get any money out of it, but you will gain Canadian experience. You will make the network of friends and contacts that might assist you in getting that first job and your foot in the door, so to speak. So, and that's the challenge we face too. Other than that, first there's some culture shock. You miss your family back home.
That's
You miss some of the food that you've
obviously,
enjoyed. Yeah,
yeah,
but then you get when you start having kids, like we moved here when we were really young, so we started having babies here. So just this is home now. And like you mentioned in the intro, I consider myself a global citizen. So I've lived in the Middle East. I've lived in Karachi for a bit when I was doing my master's,
wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah.
and now I've been in Canada for 17 years almost.
That's wonderful. So, Sameera, what are your long-term objectives as the councillor of the town of Milton?
So the objectives overall is to continue to be available to the residents, to be approachable, accessible. Whenever they have issues, they should be able to reach me, and I should be able to solve it for them with the help of staff as soon as I can. That will continue to be my goal.
Mm-hmm.
But having said that, every year brings with it different challenges. And for example, check out year 2020, eh? Who
Yeah,
knew we would be
exactly. Yeah.
facing a pandemic? So we had to put all of our plans on the side and just focus on the pandemic. And that was the goal for the year 2020, to just survive the pandemic in the best possible way, to be accessible to residents, to keep them informed what the rules are coming down from the federal government and the municipal and the provincial government. But for the year 2021, my wish and hope is that all of us are vaccinated as soon as possible. And locally speaking, I wish and hope that the schools that are coming in my ward are finished on time, that we have a university in our ward at the Education Village, Laurier University, Conestoga College comes into our ward. I wish the Britannia can be expanded.
Yes, Sameera, can you name some strategies you have used to deal with the current pandemic?
For sure, Beenish. Well, with the pandemic, what we have done at the town level is that we've continued to keep our residents informed, make sure that we allow to let them park overnight when initially the pandemic hit. We allowed them to, we dismissed their tax payments and we allowed them to delay it. And we also allowed them, like I said, to park overnight because people are working from home. They need more parking spots available, but unfortunately, right now, we are unable to do that because of snow removal activities.
Mm-hmm.
If cars are parked overnight, we won't be able to plow the streets. So, having said that, we also make sure wherever available, we try to let go of fees. We understand people are struggling financially as well. And on my part, I've been trying to keep people updated through my Facebook page, Councillor Sameera Ali. And if
Mm-hmm.
anybody has any questions, they can reach me there through the
Wonderful.
inbox or through the comment section. So that's what we've been doing. And, pandemic, it's something unprecedented. Nobody planned for it, prepared
True.
for it. So we're taking it as it comes. We are changing strategy as it goes. So we're just hoping that we're towards the tail end of it and that the vaccines are effective.
Hopefully, yeah. So, Sameera, tell me, how do you manage your work-life balance?
Work life balance, honestly, I believe right now with the kids in school virtually and me working from home, my husband working from home, I feel like there's no such thing as work life balance.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to make it work every single day. There are days when my kids, especially my younger two in grades 1 and 5, they really need me all the time. So most
That's
of the time, I'll have my laptop and I'll have them sitting next to me taking their classes. Unless I have to be in a meeting, then I'll just sometimes take it from my laundry room, even wherever the internet is good, wherever the sound is good. So that's how we're doing it right now. But other than that, I usually try to manage things by making a list of things that only I can do, and then making a list of things that I can delegate. So I can ask my husband to take over, sometimes my kids to help out. My older two are high schoolers, so they do really help, and they're really well disciplined in that way that if I ask them to help out, they do. So A little bit of planning on that part. Other than that, you're a mom, you just make it
Yeah,
work, right?
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell me what future vision do you have for the town of Milton?
The future vision I have for the town of Milton is that, Ward 4 is one of the newest areas of Milton. And as you know, Milton is growing very fast. In fact, we have added thousands of people just in the last 5 years. And most of those have come into my ward, which is the southwest corner. Now, my vision for Milton is that when I was knocking on doors in 2018, and as I continue to speak to residents, they do not mind a little bit of higher taxes as long as the services are good. So they would like to have better snow removal. They would like to see more parks in the ward. They would like to see better parking available in our town. So my vision is that we're able to provide those amenities to our new citizens, especially the people who are moving in Ward 4. And we have enough budget and enough money to do that. So more revenue should be coming into our town through our commercial leasing. And we don't have a lot of commercial right now, but in the future, we're looking at our Dairy Green Business Park area development, which is not my ward, it's another ward, but we're
Mhm.
looking at that to generate a lot of revenue for us. And at the end of the day, Milton Education Village is huge for us. When we have
Mhm.
a university, I firmly believe if we have a university, we will get all day go service, which is what everybody wants. And once we have all day go service, more companies will like to open their office in Milton. And because they know their employees can commute to work, right?
Right, that's
So
right.
it's all interlinked and the basis lies within our education village. So I would really love to see the education village go forward.
Okay, so another question that might be related to what you have answered, like if you could change one thing for the town of Milton, what would it be?
I wouldn't change anything. I think Milton is just perfect. Our mayor, Gord Krantz, is the longest serving mayor in all of Canada. So we're very
Mm-hmm.
proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the beautiful Niagara Escarpment on the side, great trails, great hiking, conservation areas. We have Chris Hatfield, who's a Milton boy, world famous astronaut from Milton. So I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't change anything about Milton. I would just keep it the way it is.
It is,
If
yeah.
anything, we'll try to make it better by making sure everybody knows each other and keep that small town community feel going
Mm-hmm.
while we grow in a more efficient, green, sustainable manner.
No, that's true. That's good. And the last question for you, Sameera, like if is there any message that you would like to give to the immigrant community, especially to the newcomers?
I would just say, like I said before, don't want to repeat myself too much, but really do volunteer in your community.
That's a wonderful idea, especially for
Yeah,
the newcomers. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, open your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Um, firmly believe that Canada is a great country. It's such a privilege and honor to be a Canadian.
That's
So embrace that, love Canada, love Canadians, give back to your community. This is something our religion teaches us to follow the rules, follow the law, love your neighbors, and you will get so much positivity about in your life from Canada and Canadians. And once you open your heart, you will see Canada will love you right back. That has been my experience. Where else can you imagine, an immigrant who moved here just 16, 17 years ago is now a
exactly.
sitting councillor. Um,
Exactly.
and I also recently won the nomination for the Ontario Liberal Party, and I'm the candidate for the Ontario Liberal Party in Milton as
Wonderful.
well. And
Mm-hmm.
I just want all the females, especially and the young girls listening to me, you know what? If I can do it, you can do it.
That's
Don't
right.
let anybody say no to you. Go out, grab your dreams, and live your life.
You're a wonderful inspiration for us, Sameera, especially for the girls and the women in our community. And it was wonderful to have you. You have given us such beautiful and such good advices. And I wish you all the luck in your future from Muslim Moms.ca. Thank you for coming over.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Beenish, for this opportunity. Thank you to Iram Zehra, who has done an amazing job. I know Iram from years and years, and I've seen the group grow into this beautiful community of women who support each other and not scared to voice their opinion and
Yeah,
discuss
yeah.
difficult topics. And I think that is so important for any community to grow,
Mhm.
to discuss difficult topics. So I am really impressed. Keep doing the great work, ladies. If you need any help from me, any support, I'm always there on your side. And ladies who are watching me, my email address is Sameera, Sameera .ali @milton.ca. If you have any questions I can help with, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you once again, Sameera. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.